A Colorado bounty hunter tasked with taking fugitives to jail is now behind bars himself.
49-year-old Jesse Wagner was hired by multiple bail bondsmen to track down wanted criminals. Now he's accused of kidnapping, extortion, and other felonies.
Denver 7 investigative reporter Natalie Chuck uncovered his lengthy criminal record.
We've been combing through court records involving Jesse Wagner for weeks now. Turns out, while he was tracking fugitives here in Colorado, he was wanted in another state. Our investigation reveals there are no regulations in place to prevent a convicted criminal in another state from coming to Colorado and becoming a bounty hunter. We want to warn you, this story does detail accusations of sexual assault some viewers might find disturbing. At a crossroads.
It was traumatizing.
That's where one woman found herself on May 20th, 2023. Either stay put.
I'm getting kind of scared.
Or run.
I thought jail was safer at the time.
Safer than what she says she had to do to stay out of it. To understand how she got here, we have to back up.
Last May, I was contacted by a bounty hunter that was hired to look for me for a bond that I had jumped on.
We are calling her Jane to protect her identity as the victim of a violent crime. Jane is no stranger to bail bonds, having a criminal history involving drugs and theft. But she was a stranger to bounty hunters.
I went to go get my nails done. Next thing you know, I walk out the nail salon and I'm contacted by Jesse.
49-year-old Jesse Wagner. He was supposed to take Jane to jail when he found her.
Things were really different when we were alone. He would look back at me and he'd be like, why is somebody so beautiful in trouble, and just making weird comments like that.
Instead, this arrest affidavit states Wagner told her she could work off her debts and get out of this life she was living, and gave her a bunch of false promises. She fell for these promises and agreed to help Wagner catch other fugitives.
When I wouldn't answer him or text him back right away, that's when things got really weird. He would impersonate a cop just to get into my apartment complex. He looks like a cop. People respect it and they don't ask questions about it.
The affidavit details allegations of extortion, kidnapping, and unlawful sexual contact. It says Jane told police she would rather do anything than return to jail, and Jesse hung it over her head.
He had control everywhere, no matter where we went.
She says Wagner put an ankle monitor on her, tracking her. Text messages described in the affidavit say Wagner was calling Jane baby, bought a plane ticket for her to come to California with him, and offered her $100 to come over to perform oral sex. Jane admitted she and Wagner did have sex once. She tells us she did not want to.
Took me inside of his house with the handcuffs on. Took me inside the room and had me like that, telling me that if I didn't do certain things that he was saying to me, that I was gonna go to jail.
A cycle of control that allegedly went on for weeks came to a head here, back at this crossroads.
Jefferson Police and Fire just said. I am a bail enforcement agent. I'm going to do a compliance check.
The night started here, Jane helping Wagner and other bounty hunters apprehend a drug dealer in Lakewood, according to the affidavit. Afterwards, she asked if she could go get food because she was starving. Really, someone was parked at this gas station waiting for Jane to escape. She made a run for it.
I reached my apartment, locked the doors.
She says Wagner was not far behind. The affidavit describes him kicking the door in.
When he got in, he pulled out the biggest baton that I've ever seen, and he started beating me with it.
That night, she wound up in the hospital and later jail for a violation of bail bonds. Months later, Wagner ended up in jail too for what Jane says happened that night. But this is not his first time behind bars. Court records we found reveal Jesse Wagner was set to appear in a San Diego courtroom back in October. There, he faces kidnapping, false imprisonment, burglary charges, and more. In court that day, Wagner's attorney told the judge, Mr. Wagner is not present in court today because he's currently a guest in the great state of Colorado. He was in Jefferson County Jail. California records also note Wagner was previously convicted in 2006 of robbery, a felony, meaning this body armor he is wearing in this video about 2 years ago in San Diego also a violation of the state's law.
There's a whole bunch of people that's been in trouble, but Jesse tops them all.
William Ellenberg has been both a bail bondsman and bounty hunter in Colorado since 2009.
Here we go.
He was not surprised when we wanted to talk about Wagner's case.
If they don't put regulations in, most of these bondsmen, like the ones that hired Jesse and his little entourage, they're going to have issues.
The state's Division of Insurance confirmed with us bounty hunters do not have to be licensed in Colorado, meaning the bail bondsmen hiring them don't have to do a background check.
You have to know the right people.
Who is Jesse Wagner to you?
Jesse is a bounty hunter, fugitive recovery agent that we hired.
Roy Jones is the owner of First Stop Bail Bonds. He hired Wagner for about a dozen jobs, including Jane's.
I thought he was great, very efficient. Everything that he does, he definitely came with a different swag than anything that I have seen before.
Wagner's arrest affidavit states, a quick Google search of Jesse Wagner bounty hunter brings up a litany of articles involving Jesse in a variety of nefarious activities while performing duties as a bounty hunter. You didn't background check him, or did you feel the need to?
We didn't feel the need to.
Why not?
Well, he's an independent contractor, just as every other bounty hunter, fugitive recovery agent. He came with his credentials, and he came very highly recommended.
You're putting people at risk.
People at risk with criminal records.
Nobody will look your way or help you. And that was difficult. That was very difficult.
Forced to choose, speak up,
It was hard for me to make this choice.
or let the cycle keep spinning.
But if I wouldn't have done it, who else could he be hurting at the time?
Police are asking if anyone else thinks they might have been a victim of Jesse Wagner to contact them. We did request an interview with Wagner and were told he wanted to speak with his attorney first. We never heard back. Wagner's trial is slated to start in November. In the meantime, we are working to figure out why Colorado does not regulate bounty hunters and asking whether the state should. For Denver 7 Investigates, I'm Natalie Chuck.